Hi everyone, welcome to our live video today, Monday. Super excited to be here. I'm Whitney Magnuson and I'm with Unity Stamp Company, and I'm going to show you guys some more card ideas and tag ideas to create with our new Ornamental Pine Stamp and Stencil bundle. So this bundle was made in collaboration with ThermoWeb, and I know lots of you have already grabbed this because it is a limited edition, but I wanted to share with you just some different ways that you can use it too, like on slimline cards and on tags, because I've done a whole ton of cards that are just the traditional A2, which is kind of what this is all about, but it works on other sizes too, and so I'm going to share that with you. So this bundle comes with obviously a stamp set, coordinating dies, a stencil, and the foils. So I'm going to put it down to Project Cam and just show you those products before we get started here. So here's the bundle. And so of course you get this amazing stamp set. So what's unique about this stamp set is it's a full A2 size stamp set, but it has 4 pop-out center trees. So you can use it as a background, or you can stamp these individually and create new and different looks, which we're going to do today. So I love, love, love that. And then, of course, we do some coordinating dies for those 4 pop-out trees, and then 2 word sentiments, Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas. You are going to get a 6x6 stencil that overlays on top of these, or you can stencil these individually after you die cut them out, and it adds those ornamental features. And then we have 2 exclusive Unity Deco foil colors. These are brand new exclusive colors to Unity, gold glitter and silver glitter. So they're like an iridescent, super duper pretty. And then there's the optional add-on to add that foil. Some of you might have this. So we have one bundle with it and one bundle without, but this is how you'd add that foil. So the duo gel. And this is nice too because I use this when I stamp images and want to foil them. This is how I stamp them. So kind of dual use with this. So we have 2 different bundles available. That's everything. Here's some of the traditional kind of cards that I've been making, the A2s. I love it on craft with that gold. Here's one where I actually just used those trees individually. I added that little ornamental detail. So fun. I love this one. I actually combined this with Let's Be Merry, I think it's called background stamp. And there's just like a little bit of text there in the background of the trees. And then here's just a little bit of a different layout, a bright green with that silver, and I added a red sentiment. So you guys can see, like, this makes card making, sometimes it's really boring. Well, actually, I think it's really boring to make like a ton of the same card. And so what I love about this set is that you can make like a million different cards and they're not going to look the same. You can do different layouts, different color combos, different shapes, and so it makes your holiday card making really exciting. It keeps it exciting. And then I just loved how striking this looked with just the stencil. So I just stenciled the design on a black piece of cardstock, and then I added the foils. So I mean, it can be used with or without the stamps. Tons of ideas. So today I just wanted to share with you how you can use this for your slimline cards, because I'm loving slimlines and mini slimlines as well as gift tags. So let's get started. Got my comments up over here, so if you have any questions about foiling or this bundle or anything, feel free to ask. All right, so we're going to start out with just like a simple way to use this to create some tags. So I actually just went ahead and I die cut out 2 tags here. And Nick, can you grab me those paper towels, please? Thank you. So these are just little dies that I have in my collection, but you might have tags in your collection that are already like pre-made or whatever. And I like to add little handmade tags to my gifts for Christmas. It's just kind of something fun that I do every year. So I thought this was a kind of unique idea where you can just simply use the stencil and stencil on those designs right on the tags and then foil them, and then you could add a cute like sentiment. So we're going to do that. Yes, the foiling of this would be pretty with the wrapping paper. I agree. I like to use like brown paper packaging for wrapping paper, because then it really makes like the tags that I create pop. I love it. All right, so I'm just taking a little bit of this duo gel, and this is too much obviously, but I am excessive. And we are just going to put it on our tag. I lost my stencil pal, so that's why I'm using like this weird contraption. I'm like very upset about losing my stencil pal. If you guys want a great little tool to get it on here evenly, highly recommend the stencil pal. Woohoo! So Cindy says, hello, I received a notification that my order has shipped. I think I ordered last Thursday. Yes. We have an amazing team in back, and everybody is all hands on deck except for me. I'm here in the craft room getting your orders out to you. So it is getting shipped out quickly, you guys. So we're going to choose the next one here. I really like this one. So we're going to do that. Sure, everybody is working very hard. I love this one too. Just adding like an even coat. What's awesome about this bundle is I love how all the elements can be used together or separately. Like, you still get a very pretty look with just these little stenciled designs by themselves. So we got those two we're going to do for tags. Those are going to be really, really pretty. We're going to set those aside. And then I have one more idea where we're going to do tags. Oopsies. We'll set those where they're going to dry. Okay. So the other thing that I did to create tags is just because I had an extra panel, I was making like tons of these different panels, and I had one left over. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make tags out of this. So I just saw a question, and Cindy asked, did the advent calendars sell out? Yes, the advent calendars sold out yesterday sometime. When I woke up yesterday morning and I just checked on everything, I think we had like 6 in stock, and so I'm guessing they sold out that same morning. So we are out of stock on those, but we still have tons of other really great things left in stock. We have word dies still in stock. Obviously this bundle that I'm working with, new releases, lots of stuff. All right, so I had made just like a ton of these little panels because I was having so much fun with it. So I just kind of like set it up in my MISTI. I cut a ton of different A2 panels of different cardstocks and things like that. And I happen to have one in craft. And so we're gonna make tags like that. So I'm just putting my stamp in here, and we're going to stamp out on the craft paper in craft ink. So it's just kind of a tone-on-tone look, which I'm really, really liking. All right. How many advents were there? There was like 150, I believe. 150 advent calendars, and they are gone. All right, we're gonna do one more pass here. I'm gonna grab my little, where's my little thing? I don't know where my, over here, of course, right in front of my face.
Losing everything today.
Yep. Woohoo, Denise says her bundle is out for delivery today. So these bundles are already like pre-packed and everything, so they're gonna ship to you very, very quickly. You don't need to be waiting for them to be made or anything like that. All right, so here it is all stamped out. So now we can stencil over it. So for the sake of the video, let's pretend I already stenciled over it with my Duo. And then what I did, because we have to wait for it to dry obviously, is I just die cut out 2 little tags out of this using some dies that I had on hand. So we have a bunch of different little tags that we can foil now. So we got these 2. Gotta find my other one that I had drying. Oh, here we go. Here's one I had drying, and then the other one got lost in the madness of things earlier, so we're not gonna have that one. All right, so we got these all ready to go, and we're going to foil them. I feel like super disheveled right now. I'm gonna grab my red here we go. My red foil, because I think that would be really pretty on there. So we're just gonna do foiled side, or like design side down on here. And I'm really hoping that the ones that I die cut out are still gonna stick. I haven't really tried that, like die cutting it and then running it back through the laminator, so we'll find out. I'm grabbing a little piece of parchment so we can make our sandwich. All right, so here's our sandwich. We're gonna put this right inside of there. And we are going to run this through the laminator. I have a hot laminator, and it is a Royal Sovereign. Here's the brand so you can see. And we're just gonna run that right through. I like to use the parchment pocket because it helps it prevent from getting like stuck in the laminator. Not to say it hasn't happened to me with the parchment pocket as well. It's like when it doesn't start coming out right away, I get nervous. All right, it's coming out.
What happens if it gets stuck? Is it easy to get out?
It depends. The one I got really stuck, remember I had to get a new laminator?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right, so this red one doesn't come in the bundle, but I have it in my collection, and we have it in our shop too, so I wanted to share with you how this would look with different colors of foil as well. Kind of fun. Yeah, you totally can cut the excess foil off. Otherwise, when I'm done here, I'm just going to cut off the part that I didn't use and put it back, and it'll work just the same. All right, so let's go ahead and do our peel and reveal. Ooh, that is pretty, you guys. I love, love, love that. Do our next one. Woohoo, there's with the trees. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. Oh, you guys, this is so, so pretty. I love this so much. So what I think would be pretty too is you could take those die cut words and even put them on here, you know, if you just wanted to do even like Mary. I think that's really cute. So yes, these will be going in my collection for my tags, but I thought that would be so fun, and that is really fun, you guys. So just a fun way that you can use the tags by simply stenciling like we did here, or you can just die cut out panels with that. Red on craft is pretty magical if you ask me. All right, I want to share with you guys a technique that doesn't require foiling, because this bundle, there's just so many possibilities, and you can create so many different looks. So we're going to do kind of this non-traditional rainbow Christmas card here, and I'm going to show you how easy this is to recreate. So this is a slimline, and so I have an 8.5 by 3.5 inch card base here. I have a little panel that I have already die cut out using a Gina Marie Designs stitched scallop die. And then what I did is, with that die cut that we have in the bundle, I already die cut out like 9 of these, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to just mass produce these little trees, so you can do techniques like this, or you can add these little trees as embellishments to your other cards that you have in your collection. So this is going to be pretty fun. I love this. So we're going to take a little sheet of scrap paper, and I happen to have like the Misty grid paper. Yeah, I'm loving slimline cards too. They're really fun to mix it up, and I have a mini one that I'm going to share with you too. So I'm just loving all the different like slim lines right now. Really, really fun. And so it's always also fun too to see how you can create using a slimline or using an A2 with the same set. Hi, Leah. All right, so I have the negative from, oh, first I have to stamp it. Avi. Okay, so I'm gonna grab our stamp, and we are using, we're gonna pop out this one. That is what we're using, our little pop-out Christmas tree. And we're gonna stamp this down. And it really doesn't matter what color ink I'm using right now. This is just to line this up for reference. So we have our little tree in there. So now I'm gonna grab my negative and we are gonna center this around the tree. So exactly how this is centered, that's how it's gonna stamp on your die cut. So you just wanna make sure that you like the way it's lining up. All right, so now we're gonna take one of my pre-die cut little trees, pop it in that negative, and we're gonna start off with purple. This is Plum Punch. I'm kind of doing like a rainbow theme here. Couple passes, and I'm happy with that. All right, we got our purple done. Moving on to our next one. We're doing a whole array here, but you guys are gonna see how easy this is. We're just gonna clean this off, keep our stamp in the exact same position, and we're gonna move on with cherry red. Perfect. Get that one out. Pop a new one in. Yeah, it is really easy doing this, just die cutting a bunch of them at once. It's kind of handy, and you can even keep it in, oh, oopsies, look at what I did there. I lifted it up instead of grabbing my ink, because I'm a dummy today. All right, let's see how this is. Otherwise I'm gonna have to like redo. Why would I do that? Okay, if you're like me and you go on autopilot, obviously I can't craft and talk today. We're just gonna redo this. It shouldn't take long. Just don't be like me. I'll just flip this over. Do not move the stamp. Pay attention. That's a note for myself. All right. Got that all done. Lining that up. Gosh, second time's a charm, you guys. It's a Monday. Can you feel it? All right, so this is Passionate Pink. Get that out. We're going to go on to a light pink. This happens to be Innocent Pink in the Gina K Designs line.
Ooh, Lisa says she's trying to make 100 cards for Christmas.
Ooh, this would make it really easy to get a bunch done. This bundle is amazing. I know, right? We all do stuff like that, moving the thing, and sometimes I just like get going on autopilot, and it's really hard to talk and make sense and craft at the same time, so just bear with me. This is Sweet Mango. I love this orange color. Come on, little buddy. Put our next one in. I'm gonna go in with Sweet Corn, our yellow. All right. Thank you for the encouragement, you guys. This is our green color we're going to use, Fresh Asparagus. And it always just takes a little second, like for your ink to just like sink into the paper and look opaque. So it's kind of nice doing all this and like giving it some time to kind of sink in. All right, we're gonna put this one down, and this is our last color, and it's gonna be a blue hue, and this is tranquil teal. Cheryl, yes, that yellow sweet corn is my absolute favorite yellow. It's not like neon-y or anything like that. It's just like a nice kind of soft shade. All right, there's our blue. So we got all of our trees stamped and ready to go. And we're not going to add foil to this one because I wanted this to just be like simple stamping and die cutting. So I'm going to grab my panel here and we're going to just start assembling. So,
Would you mind telling what's all in the bundle again?
sure. So before I get started, I will share the bundle again. So this bundle here, it comes with a stamp with pop-out little centers. It's what we were just using. We popped out one of those trees. Comes with coordinating dies, which we just used, and a couple of sentiment dies. It has a little overlay stencil, and that stencil is meant so you can create looks like this with the foiled design. So you can take your duo gel and then run it through your laminator or your die cut machine to add that pressure, and you're going to get that really pretty foiled look. All right. So this part is the most difficult, and it's not even difficult. So we're just going to start lining up our trees by putting a little bit of foam tape on the backs. So I kind of screwed up on my first card, so we're going to learn from that and do it right this time. All right. So I'm going to start with putting one tree on this side, our red, because that's what I want to start with, and then we're going to end with purple on the other side. So I'm going to put purple on the other side. And I'm doing this because I realized there wasn't the amount of trees that I wanted, and so I'm like, oh, I need to add another color, and then there wasn't room for it, so yes. So we're just going to kind of put that lined up over here. So we have our beginning and our end, and we're going to have it kind of like wonky on there. So some are going to be higher, some are going to be lower. It's just kind of a different, like non-traditional take on a holiday card, which I like mixing in some non-traditionals. All right, so we're going to do this one up a little bit higher. We're going to move on to our light pink. Actually, I should do my green on the other side and just meet in the middle. That would make more sense. We're going to do that. All right. I'm going to do this one up a little bit too. Love it. Right now we'll grab that light pink. We're going to kind of slide this one underneath the dark, just a little. Okay, going on to our yellow. You could use pop dots or whatever too. We do not carry the foam tape that I'm using. This foam tape is actually from Amazon. It's like a giant mega roll. All right. I'm getting scared. We're running out of a little bit of room, so we'll have to just kind of finagle and see what we can do with these last two to make it look decent. But I just think it looked off with one less tree, so we're just gonna do this live action, make it happen, right? I feel like if we did something like this and this, that would kind of work. Let's see. Or we could just kind of stagger them like so in the middle. All right, let's just go with it. see where I went wrong. I see it. Okay. We're just gonna do the orange. We're not gonna do the blue. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna grab, I went ahead and I die cut out with our words, our sentiment here, Happy Holidays. I love how that looks overlaying the trees. And this, what I did to create these, because it's in that foil that comes in the bundle, what I did was grab one of our toner sheets. So this is a solid piece of black toner sheets. I'm out of it, as you can see, but it's a solid piece. And then I just overlaid a piece of foil on the top, foiled it, and you get like a solid sheet. So then I was able to die cut out a bunch of sentiments, and I even did some trees, like so. So there's lots of possibilities. But that is how I got that. So we're just going to take our Connect glue, which is back in stock, by the way, unless it's already gone. I haven't checked that one. And we'll just do a little bit of glue on the back. Holidays. I don't have a lot of time to figure it out when I'm live. I gotta like commit. And Cheryl just said, I love how you just boldly stick it down. Yep. If it was me like not live, it would probably take me forever. But because I am live, I have to just figure it out, roll with it. All right, so there's Happy Holidays. And this is going to go on our slimline here. And we're going to add some splatters to it because I feel like that makes cards.
Do we have any of the toner sheets in stock?
No, they are coming. They should be here like literally any day. Any second. I believe they shipped on Friday. We have a bunch of new goodies coming. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to add some splatters. And I love adding gold splatters. So we'll do just that. So I have my gold Gansai Kiritaki watercolor. I'm just going to add a little bit of water inside of there. Grab my whatever this is, paintbrush.
Ooh, that's so nice.
And it just adds like kind of almost a snowy look. And it's going to react with the trees too in the ink. So I'm loving how that is looking. And so here are the two. We have Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, just like a rainbow holiday card, which I think is kind of fun to just do something non-traditional. And this one doesn't require any foiling. You can just simply stamp and die cut and create a bunch of these. So I'm loving that color scheme. So switching gears after our non-traditional slimline, we're going to do a traditional mini slimline using this set. I'm going to do a new sheet here so it's not all messy for you guys. Get that down. How's that, Nick?
Looks good.
All right. So this mini slimline that I wanted to do, I think is going to end up being really, really fun. So the mini dimensions that I'm using, oh no, okay. The mini dimensions I'm using is, this is 6.5 by 3 inches. So that's just what I'm choosing to do. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that inside of our Misty. And we're gonna just kind of tape it in place. Like so. All right, I'm gonna make sure that my stamp is all cleaned off nicely. I'm looking for my stamp scrubby, and it's gone. It's gone!
There's some baby wipes over there.
Oh, I think I found it. I put it in this bin. Okay. I swear, you guys, no matter how organized I am before a live, like I have like little sets, like this is for this project, this is for this project. Like by the first project, it is absolute madness in here. All right, so This is an A2 background, but I'm going to show you how you can use this to get a pattern on a slimline or a mini slimline. So I'm just kind of putting it into place where I want it. And since this is a seamless pattern, this is going to be very easy for us to do this. And we got to put our little tree back in here that we were using earlier. Can't forget him. Perfect. And this is all good to go. We're going to just adhere that down into place. Make sure we like the way it's looking. And I'm not going to ink up these two on the top, because we're going to do something a little different with that. So just to make it so I don't get ink on there, I'm just taking a little bit of tape and covering it, but you don't have to. Like, maybe you can keep in mind you're not inking those. Sometimes I go rogue, as we've seen earlier. So I'm grabbing Christmas Pine. This is like the perfect Christmassy green, and we're going to ink up this whole panel with this color, which I'm loving. All right, so we got it all inked up. We can pull our extra pieces off that we weren't going to ink up, and we're going to stamp this down. All right, pull this back up. I do want to do a couple more passes because I want it to be very like opaque, and I'm just really paying attention right now so I don't ink up those top trees. Perfect. This is looking good, you guys. I love this size for the slimline too. All right, so now we have like our basic pattern going on, and we can extend that. So what's nice about these popping out is the fact that you can do different sized cards. So next up on our pattern would be this solid tree, and it'd go right here. So we're just going to put that there. Then it would be this solid tree. And then it looks like it would be this one. Like that. So we have those all in place. We're just going to stick that down. Take a peek at how we're liking it, and they all look lined up and good to me. So we're just going to ink it up and continue our pattern on our mini slimline. And you're not even going to know that we did that because it all is going to line up perfectly. Seamless patterns for the win, right? Love it. Okay, so how awesome does that look? I really like how versatile this is. All right, picking that out. We're good to go on that. Pull it out of our Misty, and this color, like, it seriously is so pigmented. Like, I look like the Grinch or something up in here. It just gets on everything. I like actually just scrubbed my hand with a magic eraser earlier to get it off. Okay, so we got that going on. So what I want to do too is I want to stamp some trees individually. So I already die cut out 2 of the triangle ones and 1 of this little, like, I don't know, jaggedy one. And we're going to do that same technique that we were doing earlier, is taking our scrap sheet of paper, putting it in our Misty, and then we're going to use that negative so we can get it all lined up perfectly. What are the mini slimline measurements? So I didn't look what like normal people do, but I really just liked the size 6.5 by 3.5, or 6.5 by 3, and so that's what I did. There's so many different sizes that people do. That's just what I happen to do. A traditional slimline is 8.5 by 3.5. All right, so we're gonna take those little stamps here. So we have our triangle and our like more with branches, and we're gonna stamp those out on our scrap sheet of paper. Doesn't really matter if they're straight, whatever, it doesn't matter, because we are going to take that negative and create a little puzzle for our die cuts to go in. So we can just pump out a bunch of these. I'm liking how that one is. Perfect. Then we're going to grab our negative from the other one. Hopefully it doesn't interfere. Oh no, it's good. Perfect. So we got it all in here. Leave your stamps where they're supposed to be. And then we can stamp these both at once, which is pretty easy and slick. Put it right back in there. We're going to use our Christmas pine to stamp these. We'll do one more pass on them. I want them to be very, very pigmented. Perfect. I'm loving this. So we're only going to do one of these, but I wanted to do two of these little trees. So I'm going to stamp out one more, just put it right in there. Ink that up. Perfect. So earlier I was talking about how you can use that stencil to stencil designs on your whole panel or individually. So I'm going to show you how you can do that individually. So we're going to grab our little trees here and our little stencil, and we are going to stencil some designs on here. So on this one I really like this kind of design going on. So I'm just going to set it right on top of there and search for my foiling stuff. Nick is probably like, oh my gosh, get your stuff together.
I'm too focused on my camera work over here.
All I'm trying to say is like I'm doing the best I can. All right. So I lost my stencil pal prior to the video. Was not a casualty of this video. So we're just going to stencil that design on this little tree. Peel it off, and this needs a couple hours to dry. So I like to do all of my like stenciling and whatnot at once, and so it all can dry together, and then I can just foil it all at once, if that makes sense. But I love how you can pick and choose what designs you want on each of your little trees. So we'll do some dots on this one. Perfect. So there are our little designs. So like I said, these are going to take a couple of hours to dry, so I already have some done that have dried previously. So you guys don't have to wait for that. So we'll just put our duo gel back. All right, we're gonna put these aside because I'm gonna use these for a different card. So I'm gonna try not to ruin them and have them dry. All right. So let's just pretend we're super speedy and I already have these dried. Oopsies. So there it is. There's our couple. Here's our three. We did some dots, some little swirlies, and some other things. So I am just going to grab our little parchment paper, and we are going to grab, I think gold would be really pretty on these against that green. So we're going to grab our gold glitter that comes in this bundle. Pull it on out. I'm going to stick this down, and yes, you can, you totally can cut off the excess if you want to. Doesn't matter, you can do it before or after. Alright, so there's that. I'm just going to run this through with a sheet of paper so there's like a little bit more structure. All right, I'm gonna grab our sandwich, our laminator in, and run this through. And we're gonna get some really fun designs. So what I did earlier too is I actually stenciled the background. I kind of screwed up on the top, so I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, but I'll show you what that might look like too. It's probably just not gonna turn out the best. But who knows, maybe I can save it. I might be able to. Crafting mistakes are just an opportunity to embellish.
With that paper on there, you're gonna have to run it through twice.
No. Nope, I'm just using it as kind of like structure, just because those little trees individually, it might get jammed in there. So if you put an extra little shim in there, a little piece, it should work. All right. Let's see what we got here. That one's cute. That's a keeper. That one's cute. That's a keeper. This one got something stuck on top of it. That is not a keeper. That looks like a murder Christmas. What? All right, we're gonna try this slimline now. Background. And let's see what this looks like. I'm sure. I'll give that to my son. He'll think that's pretty cool. I think it looks yucky, but we're still going to be able to make this card. I'm going to use this one because it turned out the best. It turned out really, really cute. All right, so on this little background that we already stamped out, I went ahead and I die cut out a gold sheet of cardstock here, and this is in our shop. And then I did reds. This is like a very traditional colored card with our gold and the reds and all that. All right, let's see what this turned out like. Maybe I can cut it down and make like a mini slimline. A lot of foiling and stuff is just like trial and error. Like, you're gonna get some ugly ones, trust me. But it's really fun to just test it out. Ooh, that looks really pretty, you guys. I think I can fix this. Like, I feel like I really like that. Let's see what we can do. So there's the stamped one, and here's like the stamp N. You know what I could do is put that up a little bit. See what we like better. Or I can make some tags out of that. So I was thinking something kind of like this. Like, I really liked, this is actually inspired by one of Thermal Web's design team members. They created a card kind of like this, and I thought it was really cute. So what I did here is I took that Merry sentiment and I cut one out in white and one out in red, just to make that red pop. And we could put that right on top here. See how it kind of pops, even though it's in red? All right, so let's like do some adhering, huh? We'll adhere this down to our gold glitter stock. Hang the circle off the right side. Oh, that would be cute. I like the way you think, Leah. Something like that would be really pretty. Yes. Well, yes, I like that idea, but look at, if I do it off that side, it looks funny. That's where I screwed up. This needs to be cut off, that whole part. Let me see. Let's just cut it off. Let's just do it. So now this is no longer a 6.5 by 3.5, but that's okay. No, I think I'm gonna stick with my original layout. Otherwise I'll get like all mixed up. All right, we're gonna pop this up off of our panel. But that does look real cute, just like that, if I do say. I like it. Just popping up our circle. Do I have a gold foil pen? Yes, I do have a gold foil pen. I have all the foiling things. So yes, if you made a mistake like me, you could go back in and fix it with a gold foil pen and add in those little dots and stuff. But I'm not going to today. It's a Monday. All right. So there's that. Let's see. Let's see if we can incorporate our murder tree in there a little bit. It might not look so bad kind of covered. It actually doesn't. We're going to use murder tree. What is so funny about
I just love that you call it murder tree.
it? Just looks like something from like isn't there like a horror movie, but it's like Santa and he's like a murderer? Do you
Was
know?
that one of the American Horror Story episodes we watched?
Oh my gosh, yes, yes. Okay, so this looks like a Christmas tree from like a scary dimension or something, but I think that I can make it look cute. We're gonna pop up this tree right over the top. Like so.
Teresa had a good idea. Will the mono eraser take off any unnecessary foil mistakes?
Yes, it does. It sure does. You just have to work at it a little bit. All right, so now we're going to, we have a couple of options here. We can add a fun foiled sentiment right over the top. Which I'm gonna look for. So we could do something like this, like layer it with the, I liked the red the best, I think. But I like just like the Mary. I think that was really pretty. So let's do it. It got lost. Oh, there it is. All right, here's our Mary, and here's our other Mary. Get some liquid glue. Perfect. And we're gonna grab our red and go right over the top. Perfect. I'm liking the way this is looking. So that's gonna be like our final card, and I'm gonna end up putting this, I think, on like with a gold matting to match that gold around the our circle. That is like our final look, and I like that. I think it turned out really cute. It just needs to go on a card base, and you have a fun traditional card. And even though the foiling turned out ugly on that, I think it like totally works. You don't even notice. And here's like a mini slimline that you could make into a tag or, you know, another panel. I think that turned out really cute. And then we did a more non-traditional slimline here. So this video is just basically to show you how you can use this awesome bundle to create some slimlines and whatnot. So here's our rainbow ones, so fun. Our traditional, and then a couple of tags were created as well. We did just some different little tags here. So lots of different ways that you can use this. I just wanted to share with you these more non-traditional ways, since typically we're seeing these A2 panels with this bundle, but there's just so many possibilities with it. And this is a limited edition bundle. So once it's out of stock, it is out of stock for good, but this is gonna make your holiday card making so easy and fun, because you can do so many different color combos and styles of cards and things like that. You're not gonna get bored. I know I get kind of bored when I do a bunch of the same cards, But I really am loving this. Like, I'm still not sick of it. I'm like trying new things all the time. As you can see, my real-time crafting with real-time mistakes, but I think that it turned out good and it was fun. So all this week I am going to be having a live video schedule. I'm going to put that out on the Unity Show and Tell page. So be sure to join us over there to stay in the know about when we're going to be live. And all this week we're just going to be featuring some different new arrivals, some different techniques. I'm going to try creating a couple different pocket cards where you can put gift cards in there, or maybe some hot cocoa or whatever, just little gifts for coworkers or friends. So I think that'll be fun. Yeah, lots happening. We have 55% off site-wide. It's our biggest sale of the year. Die sets and these stamp and bundle sets and grab bags. There's just so much. So go ahead and treat yourself. Head over there and grab your favorites. And I will see you again tomorrow